Doing today?
Doing just fine, having a great day here in sunny, wonderful Orlando.
Yes, indeed. Very nice out there. Looks like we're going to get our required by law rain that will come through every day. Get just a little bit clean up things. But we're excited about ChatGPT and some good things happening with that. Gina, you saw a development last week that was pretty significant with that little guy, and it has a lot of ramifications for those of us who use ChatGPT using AI for business. And tell us a little bit more about what has happened, Gina.
Well, the good news is that ChatGPT has turned back on the ability to interface directly with the internet. So a few months ago, they had turned on the ability to use Bing to get real-time access to the internet. And then some things went on, and I think they were getting access to areas that were behind paywalls and private areas, and so they turned it off in order to fix that. That's my understanding. But the good news is it's back on, and that with a little bit of maneuvering, as long as you have the ChatGPT Plus account, you can use that.
Yeah, I think that's going to be very nice. Having that GPT Plus is good. $20 a month. It's a business decision. You have to decide, is it worth that? And I find that yes, it is, particularly when you look at the plugins that are there. We've been accessing ChatGPT now through Web Pilot, which is a plugin that you get. And I recommend doing that. It's got some real nice tools. Gina, I never found out. Are you using Web Pilot?
I'm not. I really just didn't have the need to, and now that ChatGPT is accessing Bing, this is one of the nuances that you and I have just realized is that it appears, as far as we can tell, that you can either use the Bing plugin or the Bing access, or you can use a plugin. And so if you turn on plugins, such as accessing your web pilot, then you can't turn on Bing. So for me, I've just been using Bing, and then I turn it off if I wanna use one of the plugins, but I don't use the plugins quite as much as you do right now, so it's working fine for me just to access Bing. How about you? I'm thinking that which one are you gonna use? Are you gonna use Bing or are you gonna use Web Pilot, or do you know yet?
I'm thinking I'll be using both for a while, kind of like I use ChatGPT and Perplexity. Yesterday, I was putting some work together for some study I was doing for clients and others. I found ChatGPT, even with Web Pilot, was not giving me all that I wanted. I was a little bit kind of constrained. So what I did is I just jumped over to Perplexity and using Perplexity gave it the same, actually just did a copy and a paste on the prompt that I had put into ChatGPT, with the exception of the word perfect, because I was using prompt perfect, which really cleans it up a lot. I took out the word perfect and then copied it over, and Perplexity gave me exactly what I needed very elegantly. And I thought, okay, this is nice. So for me, it's not either or, it's both and. And I think that's something that we might want to think about also, that as we're using these things today, what you'll do is you will use both. Have a variety. Don't think that one source is going to take care of it all. You'll probably want to have a couple different sources there using ChatGPT and Perplexity. Use Web Pilot, because I like Web Pilot. It'll give me the ability to talk to, I'm going to put that in air quotes, talk to PDFs, so that I can go into a very large PDF, a very large ebook, and say, there were three things that were mentioned throughout the PDF about da 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 da. Tell me about those and what do you think of it? Or something like that. So you're getting a real lively discussion. Plus, I can go in and get summaries. So I can say, here's a URL with long article on there, too long, didn't read it. Give me a summary of this in 5 bullet points, giving it to me in the language that a 10-year-old would understand. Something like that as a prompt really tends to help a lot. So Gina, just out of curiosity, we don't talk about this a lot, but what do you do when you're doing some research and you want to get more in-depth results? What kind of prompts are you using?
Oh my goodness, I mean, I just use whatever seems to be, what I'm in need of. So this morning I was doing some research on titles for a workshop that's coming up for one of my clients. I do some CMO work, fractional chief marketing officer work for different clients. And one of the strategies that a lot of them are using right now at my recommendation is creating a workshop to showcase their expertise and to invite people to join them, to purchase from them, whatever the offer or program that they have. And so one of the keys to a great workshop is a good title. It's much like, the newspaper business. People won't read the article if the headline's not catchy and, doesn't grab their attention. So, we're working on getting good titles, so I just craft, a prompt that makes sense based on what I'm looking for. If it doesn't quite work, then I adjust it, rewrite it, make it shorter, make it funnier, make it, a little more casual, make it a little more formal. I just adjust it as I see fit. I
Mm.
I don't have I don't go to a lot of formal prompts for this type of thing.
Okay. Well, I think that's a good way to do it as well. I have found that I'm getting better quality answers, more in depth when I use Prompt Perfect. And Prompt Perfect is a plugin that you can get that works with ChatGPT. I haven't seen a comparable tool, although there might be one for Perplexity. But I know when I can use Prompt Perfect, I just activate it and then I put in the word perfect right before my prompt. So you say the word perfect, act as a doctor who knows surgery and what do you think about da da da, whatever the prompt's going to be. I can put it in that way. I just saw a memo from the folks that put that out today. They said now they have changed it so you can also put the word perfect at the end. It's because sometimes people have a long list of things they want to put in there. But I find I get a better quality answer that way. Now, it does cost. They give you, I think, 5 prompts in 30 days for no charge. And if you want to get some more, it costs you, I think, $1.50 a month if you want 30 or something like that. $1.50 a month. I splurged, Gina, and I spent $30 for the year, and I get unlimited prompts. So that you
My
want to hang out
goodness, you
with
big
me, you got
spender,
a guy
you.
here for the whole year taken care of. Big deal.
Yes, yes, yes.
But
Well,
I think
hey,
those
I
are
I
good.
know that we're broadcasting live on various channels right now. If you are watching us either live or in the recording that's going out, please post in the comments below. Let us know where you're coming in from, and let us know which tools you're using for AI, especially the text-based tools that we're talking about right now, ChatGPT, Perplexity. Are you using plugins? What's your favorite plugin? I know there's quite a lot of questions, but let us know a little bit about what you're doing with these amazing tools in the chat below, please.
Yeah, that would be real good. I always like to hear from real people what's going on. We do that a lot at our Stark Raving Entrepreneurs events, and a lot of good happening there. Matter of fact, speaking of Stark Raving Entrepreneurs, we've got a very special guest coming in tomorrow. That will be Wednesday, the 4th of October, and he's going to be sharing some really amazing things here as we talk about the non-aggression principle, NAP, those kind of tools we'll be working with. But what we're going to do is with this particular person, we're going to be looking at some other capabilities and and what I'm going to do here, I'm trying to bring in this right here. There we go. And I'm going to move over here and we're going to just see if we can do some screen sharing. Hey, 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 there we go. And Gina, right now you should be able to see on the screen, we have Jay Bear is over there. Do you see him on your screen, Gina?
Yes, I do.
Very good. It'll be Jay Bear himself, a wonderful guy who's very, very smart about technology and about customer service, and also a good buddy. We share some special moments in life and our awards that we received. He received his Speaker Hall of Fame, and I received Cabot, all in the same evening. So we'll always have that closeness there. But Jay is going to talk to us tomorrow about growing your business by exceeding customers' need for speed. How to use speed. I've read his book. It's an incredibly good book on the benefits that you can get from exercising speed the right way. Not just hurry up and get everything done frenetically, but Jay talks about how to do it the right way. So that'll be something you want to take a look at and see what's going to be there. And to do that, Gina, tell us how people can get over to attend that meeting for free.
Well, it's pretty simple. You just need to go to starkravingevent.com and give us your name and email. We'll send you the link so that you can have that and you can join us at 4 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesday, October 4th. It'll be
Absolutely. Matter
fantastic.
of fact, come back here. Whoops, I hit the wrong key here, but let's go over there. There we are. You'll see in the lower left, lower right corner here, 4 p.m. Eastern Time, October 4th, starkravingevent.com is where you get registered for that and be able to stop by and see us and have a lot of good coming there. So, Gina, we're seeing a lot happening right now with AI. Sometimes people get a little bit overwhelmed with it. And I know we're going to be talking about that at our silver meeting today, which is coming up for those that are in our special silver group. And we talk about the way to overcome that being overwhelmed. What have you found that helps to overcome the overwhelm that we often feel when we're looking at AI or other technologies?
Well, there are a few different things. Number 1 is focusing on priorities, and I've been thinking and talking a lot about big rocks. And you think about what are the big rocks, the big things that will move the needle in your business. And so focusing on what are the 3 to 5 things that will really make a big difference. And then as it relates to AI, how can you add AI to that? How can you use AI to make what you're doing even better? And so that's one way. And certainly another way is to, um, well, just make sure that you're focusing on using AI to build your brand, and that's where it comes in really handy. As far as overwhelm, I I like just focusing in on a few tools. I'm not trying to learn all the tools. I have 1 or 2 that I really like, in particular ChatGPT and Perplexity, and, I use those the most of the time. In fact, ChatGPT is my main go-to, and I only usually go to Perplexity if I don't like what I'm seeing in ChatGPT. So, we encourage our folks to keep things simple. Don't try every tool. Try the
Hmm.
tools that make sense for you. If you have one that you like, focus on it, master it, and really learn how to use it well.
Yeah, I think that's really good. If you try to do too much, it is, well, too much. And often you'll hear me say, it's just too much, too much. And I think we've got to be careful on that. I like a quote. Matter of fact, I might be able to pull this up here if I can do something real fancy schmancy here. Yeah, here. The problem is not information overload. The problem is filter failure. That's Clay Shirky who said that. And I think that is so important that we want to make sure that we focus in on what is it that's going to really help? What's going to help us to do the kind of things that we need to do? What are we going to be able to do to get the maximum? And that's really important. Matter of fact, you can get 2 of you on the screen at the same time sometimes with that, if you do it just right on that. But that's some of the things we talk about over at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. Bounce over and get us, see us there. We like to talk with people that are out there getting things done. And don't forget, tomorrow we have our event coming up as well. Big things happening in that world and all kinds of fun. And Gina, we've got a lot coming up, even more between now and the rest of the year. Some good things happening with Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. So we'll be looking forward to hearing about those. But I see our old buddy Mr. Clock is on the wall there, ticking away. We need to get scooting for some other things. But before we leave, any final words or any thoughts you want to leave the kids with before we say goodbye?
Well, I did think you wanted to share the YouTube video that you just did last week about a cool aspect for AI. Did you want to share that today or
Oh,
you
well,
wanna
let's see. Well,
hold
we're
it
not
till
going to show
tomorrow?
the, yeah, I don't think we'll show the whole thing. It's about about 15, 16 minutes. I don't think we'll show that whole video here. But what I would encourage people to do is to look into a tool called There's an AI for That. That's literally what you type. There's an AI for that. And what it is there's a way that you can see that. Matter of fact, well, here, let me just try this. I didn't plan this out like I should, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. Here we go. I'm going to bring this up, and then I'm going to share this from where we are on the screen. Let me share my screen over here. One moment. I'm pressing all the buttons, so I'm hitting the wrong button there. Well, let's try that. There we are. You go over to Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. That's our YouTube channel. And you'll see we have a video right here, the lower or upper left corner on that. There's an AI for that. If you take a look at that, just click on that, you'll get a chance to see it. It's 12 minutes, 21 seconds, but it shows you how you can find the apps. There's all kinds of apps out there. We know that, but we also know there's a lot of information we can use, a lot of things that we can get very easily and very carefully. And what we want to do is with there's an AI for that. You can say, hey, I need to find something on recipes, or I need to find something on market research, or ideal for creating email messages. Type in and see if there's an AI for that, and it can bring up several of them for you. So this way you'll get a chance to see, okay, here's what's available, here's how we can use these tools, and what is happening with it. And I think that we've got some good options with all of that as we work with it. Gina, what are your thoughts on that?
Well, I haven't used it, but I've heard you talk about it a few times, and I am eager to check that out. And I'm excited about you've posted many videos recently about AI in the YouTube channel. And so that's a great resource for people to just plug in there and learn a lot.
Yeah, thank you. I think there's a lot of good there. But bounce over there and take a look at there's an AI for that over at Stark Raving Entrepreneurs. They're on YouTube, and you'll get a chance to see that. Well, we will see you a little bit later then, and thank you for joining me. I'm Terry Brock, joined by the lovely and charming Gina Carr, and we will see you in just a little bit later, somewhere there in the interwebs.